I don't know about you guys, but I'm really enjoying the summer and the markets. Boy, oh boy, this is absolutely fantastic. Listen, in every crisis, there is opportunity. There are two types of people: the people that panic or the people that find opportunity in a period of fear. Let's begin. Please do not act surprised. Everyone on my channel is well aware. If you're new to this channel, welcome on board. I don't tell you what the 99% of participants are telling you. That's why only 1% of crypto participants actually make money. 99 actually lose money. Let's get into the meat and bones. Bitcoin is down like 3.5% and some change in the last 3 days. From here to there, we went down 8%. From the last day of the pump, where I tweeted very, very clearly to everyone that chose to listen that we're heading to 88K. I said this very, very clearly. 88K is where we're heading, ladies and gentlemen. If you like it or not, we're heading to 88K. Irrespective of a war, irrespective of whatever. Now remember, narrative always follows price. It just so happens to be a nuclear war. We're close to my first target of 95,000 US dollars and then to 92,000 US dollars. Now I can't tell you the exact minute, the nanosecond when it will rain. I can't do that. But I can tell you when a storm is coming. I said multiple times we're heading lower. Majority of you didn't want to believe it. Matter of fact, I've got to tell you something very, very important. I've got to show you something. Yeah. Okay. Now look very closely here. I could have shorted anything. Yeah. I could have shorted deep. I could have shorted SPX. I could have shorted virtual. Heck, you name it. I could have shorted any of these and they fell way more, way more. For example, I could have shorted virtual when I tweeted that Bitcoin is heading to 88K. Subsequently, we went down 51%. Whereas Bitcoin from here to there went down 12%. Virtual went down a whopping 50%. Remember my ratio? 1 to 5. But I chose to short Bitcoin. There's a method in the madness. But I chose to short Bitcoin for a reason. I'll get onto that another time. We're printing anyway. I'm still holding on to some of my massive shorts, like Berry Chain, massive shorts. It keeps on going down and down and down and down and forever goes down. If you genuinely are serious about the space and you're tired of losing, constantly losing and constantly being the 99% of participants that always lose in this game, then join our private members where we are the 1% that actually make money in this place.
I'm tired, boss.
Everyone and their pet hamster was showing M2 supply. And on my channel, I said many times, wallahi, I said many times, guys, this is wrong. This is wrong. Stop following this. This is wrong. But what did the crowd do? It broke, guys. Yeah. It broke, guys. In the futures market, oil has shot up a record 8%. 8%. Gold has shot up 1.32%. Ladies and gentlemen, the best performing asset so far is none other than gold. You know what that means? Do you really? The Tel Aviv Stock Exchange has gone up a massive 137% for the year. 137%. Tel Aviv sees something bullish with America stepping in and bombing Iran. This is breaking news. And Iran is planning to close the Strait of Hormuz. They're going to close it. The prediction market has a 40% chance that Iran will close the Strait of Hormuz. There's a 16% chance of a nuclear weapon detonated in 2025. There was a 24% chance. Most interestingly, there's a 15% chance of the US invading Iran. There's been so many liquidations after further liquidations, and that's why we have such a cascading effect with Bitcoin and the wider crypto market. Everyone is reacting. They're just reacting. We're here to help you find an edge and to actually anticipate what most probably will happen next. The Bank of Japan is going to have a meeting, and this meeting is going to be from July the 30th to July the 31st. Many participants are not looking ahead. They're not even looking a day ahead. They're so busy with looking at 15-minute candles that they do not see where this market is heading. On that day, Japan will actually hike interest rates. This is Japan's inflation rate. It's spiking heavily. This is no exaggeration. Wallahi, this is not a joke. This is not an exaggeration. Japan hasn't had inflation for over 25 years. They currently have inflation out of control. Out of control. It's sitting at 3.7%. But that's not the kicker. That's really not the kicker. Why does Japan have any correlation to Bitcoin and crypto? Well, little Timmy, I'm glad you asked. Back in 2024, young Jimmy, hedge funds were blamed for the chaos that wiped trillions of shares. What they did was they borrowed from the Japanese markets. All right, Japanese banks, they borrowed at very low interest rates to buy traditional stocks. Nvidia, Microsoft, etc., etc. The interest rates during that time was near zero. Near zero. So imagine I came to you and I gave you money at 0% or close to 0% interest rates. And you bought a ton of land, houses, real estate. Then you got greedy. I thought, you know what? I need Bitcoin. I really got to have some Bitcoin. I got to have some ETH as well. Japan turns around and says, guys, we got rampant inflation. We might even have hyperinflation. So that causes them to hike up interest rates. While that happens, the cash and carry trade unfolds. And what they do is they sell their Bitcoin, their traditional stocks, their Nvidia, whatever they're holding. They sell all of that to pay back the loan. And that's how we get lower prices. Wait until July the 30th. And that's when you're going to see some fireworks, lads. Do not FOMO. Everything else is noise. Everything else. The war, this and that, all of this, nuclear, blah, 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 Trump, blah, whatever. That's noise. What you pay attention to the most, when no one is talking about, is a cash and carry trade. Do not share this. This is between me and you. Do not share this. I can also see a technical setup emerging. This is picture perfect. If I put a mirror just across here, this looks identical. From here to here, there. All right. Now everyone's going to come out. Everyone from the woodwork is going to come out and they try to convince you. They're going to give you another M2 supply. Guys, look, I got an M2 supply. Look, I got the M2 supply. You have to be level-headed and understand the game you're playing. Only 1%. Please remember that. The 99% are just paying the 1% because they don't know how to play the game. They follow all of this. Every news outlet. I'm talking about CNBC. I'm talking about Wall Street. Everything. Work for the big banks. It's a way to extract. Why do you think prop firms have a 95% unsuccessful hit rate with traders? Because a trader will come, he will look at the news and he'll be like, all right, today oil looks like it's heading to $100. That means I short. Guys, whatever traditional markets are telling you, please be a contrarian. But you have to be a contrarian and right. Ethereum, you know the drill. I've been right how many times, guys? How many times? I gave you the uber bottom. I gave you the uber top. I gave you everything and in between and some entertainment. This is the bot pattern. I'm expecting lower prices. RSI is very, very low. We should bounce, guys. All right. Coin RSI isn't where I'd like it to be. I want it to be lower, like something similar to here and here. Okay. So we still have some more room to grow with Bitcoin. Therefore, Ethereum should be doing relatively better than Bitcoin in this part. Yeah. Solana, same thing. I said 129. I told you this. We're heading to 129. I got so many highlight reels. It's unbelievable. Here's my highlight. I've seen this play out plenty times. And in my experience, it's when everyone is very euphoric, elated, that we see participants blindsided. Many participants are coming back into the markets. Yeah, they're all sitting on stable coins. I can show you the stable coin dominance. They're all sitting on stable coins and they're all moving into, the same hands are moving back into the market. The same participants, the same players are moving back into the market. Stablecoin dominance. And what you can see in here is that basically we've got a little bit more room left. So we normally bounce on this. So we have like 7 or 8% left on this move. So what tends to happen is every time it hits these lower areas, we normally have a regional top. Coin has got some room left. It does have some room left. And whenever we hit this area, it means that it's a local top so far. My bias is that we're heading to 88K or to 92K. Then I said many times during this whole trading embargo, trading war, whatever you want to call it, I did say to buy at this very bottom and the very bottom on the S&P 500, which marked the bottom so far. So like this is how they always do it. They fool you, they go lower. Everyone jumps in here thinking, you know what? We're going even further, okay? Or we could just retest the high. ADA, follow the wick, guys. Nothing new. We're heading to 47. Bitcoin dominance, no surprise here, formed an all-time new high at 65%. Bitcoin dominance is following the same fractal as last summer, guys. We have peaked It's going to head downwards to the low 60s. Everyone and their pet hamster is once again going to call for altcoin season. Remember, every FOMC meeting, we see some relief for altcoins. Altcoins are going to have a relief, and your favorite influencer is going to call for altcoin season. In the summer and July, altcoin dominance is going to power through upwards to 72. Will it go to 80? Will it go to 90? We'll speak about that another time. It's hit my target at 82. We're going to see a mean reversion. That means altcoins are going to see a bounce, but not for long. As of now, the walls in crypto are slowly capitulating. They're one by one falling like dominoes, one by one. Bitcoin was trying its best to hold above 100K. It was grabbing liquidity from the altcoins, kept on grabbing it. Then he looked up and saw the tide. His feet got tired. His arms got tired. And as a result, we're heading to 88. And the larger crypto market is heading downwards. I'll speak about this another time. That's it for now. Stay safe out there. I've seen this time and time again, guys. I've been through this so many times. Fun fact, during COVID, I actually made the most amount of money in my life during COVID. Crisis is the greatest opportunity to actually make money. Do not get scared. Do not be fearful. My friends, we're all going to make it.